Morning, everybody. First of all, I am incredibly honored and grateful to our president, the board members, and our colleagues of the American Academy of Pediatrics. I'm very honored to be on the video campaign for number one. We are the pediatrician. There were three areas that I wanted to cover as recommended by our president, and those are what inspired me to be a pediatrician, and number two, what is the most rewarding feelings. Third, how to reach the community. I thought a lot about this whole thing, and I have been preparing this video talk for a couple of days now. And here are my thoughts. First of all, I like to share my early life with you, just so that I'm a pediatrician and an emergency room physician with the major hospitals. Currently, semi-retired. I still keep myself active by working and then writing my papers on the newsletters and journals and more, and do my TV show as a part of my community outreach program. My early life story, briefly, I like to share with you. I was born and raised in India. I come from a large family. My father was a high official at the government of India, and I was the fifth of the 8 siblings. My parents nurtured a good parenting for us. They emphasized a lot on our education, good moral values, discipline, kindness to others, and volunteering to the needy family. And like I said, I was one of the fifth of my 8 siblings. During the early childhood, while still I was in school, I saw a lot of poverty, the underprivileged children, the orphanage in the blind deaf schools. I was touched to see while I was still in elementary school, but a single sentence from my father says, the only way, Niru, you can help them is becoming a doctor. This whole sentence from him stuck like a hammer on me, and my motivations in life was to achieve my aims by becoming a doctor and helping the community and volunteering my services, especially to these handicapped children. I graduated from a very respected medical school at the age of 21 years of age. The second chapter of my life began in 1995 when, with my husband, an orthopedic surgeon, we moved to United States, joined the residency at Children's Hospital of Michigan, where I did the residency and the boards and the fellowship. During this period, I faced through a lot of hurdles and challenges in life, and those challenges were raising my family, taking care of the 4 children, doing my residency at the same time with the pediatrics, emergency medicine, doing fellowship and board certification in pediatrics. And still, in the back of my mind, I always had thought about how am I going to help these children. And then I got involved with the preventative aspects of the pediatrics medicine. When I see all these kids in the pediatrics office trying to see their growth and development, immunization and all that, and working at the emergency room night, due to some accidents, I see them there. So keeping all this thing in my mind, now my second mission is started. How am I going to help these blind and deaf orphans that I used to see when I was a child? Here is a picture of these children at Mother Teresa Orphanage, where the donations of my book went. I started writing my first book, which was 0 to 2 years of age, how to keep your child safe and healthy. My book was distributed with the kind help of Orphan Medical Network International all over the world, including whatever proceeds I made from the sale of my book. They went to support these underprivileged children mostly in the third world countries. I was nominated to Hall of Fame, inducted there in 1995 by the Orphan Medical Network International. My second author, after finishing my residency, now during the third phase of the life, I started working part-time with the pediatrics, doing my pediatrics office practice, and I learned a lot from looking at these children, their family, what I thought. It is not just the child I am treating. I'm treating their family, their parents, their care finder. During the COVID era, I could not work for 2 years. So during this period, I authored my second book, and my second book was the Guide to Navigating Childhood Development. And this book, with the kind support of UNICEF Foundation, I pledged to donate the 100% proceeds of this book to the UNICEF Foundation to help the children in the third world countries coming from the war by providing them clean water, good nutrition, food, education, immunization, and more. So now my donations are going from the proceeds from the sale of my book to the UNICEF Foundation. It gives me the second phase is what gives me the pleasure. What I was inspired to be a pediatrician, which is the best field in my life that I picked up. The most rewarding feelings what I have is when I see those kids happy and with a smile on their face, and also when I see their parents. And now as I'm getting older, now I see the same children I took care of in the office with them being parents and bringing their kids, and that makes me very happy. How to reach the other people? I decided to reach the community by doing my TV show on Bloomfield Cable TV, and I invite lot of guest speakers from different field of medicine. We talk about the current topic. We talk about the issues right now with the children, with the social media and more. I keep myself busy doing all those things. Also visiting some nursing homes whenever I'm given a chance, as well school graduations. And these are the things that give me pleasure in life. This is the picture of my book, the second book that I published in 2003. This book's proceeds with the UNICEF cooperation. The proceeds are being donated 100% to 100% donation go 100% profits are going to the underprivileged children. Lastly, and this is the copy of my first book that I published early after just finishing my residency, thinking in mind, how am I going to help these children? And this book proceeds, as I mentioned before, went to the Blind and Deaf Orphan Foundation in India. And the donations further proceeds from the sale of my first book also help provide shelters, provide clothing, stationery in the third world country. I am very much thankful to the president of OMNI, which is Orphan Medical Network International, for helping me to do my mission. I'm very thankful to our president of American Academy of Pediatrics, the board members, and our colleagues to giving me an opportunity to share a few glimpses of my life with you for this campaign, which is We Are Pediatrician #1. And I thank you again. Have a wonderful day.